Okay. I'm doing pretty dang good. Let's go for some charm. Oh, dude. That day you play competitive spin the bottle. You must kiss a camper from Camp Rival Camp. It's a long, intense kiss which your tongues wrestle mercilessly. You apply some unexpected biting, since that's currently very high on the meta, while holding the back of their head to prevent an untimely escape. You win at kissing. It goes without saying that you earn +2 charm. No sooner are you finished, though, when Nora accosts you, sparkling anxiously.
Hey, listen!
There you are, Noodles. I need your help. Aaravi's still trying to make amends, but, well, she's back on her bullshit. Nora leads you deep into the woods where Aaravi is shouting, "I'm sorry," through a megaphone as loud as she can.
Hey.
Oh, hey Noodles. Check out this insane speed strat I discovered for apologizing to those I have wronged. I'm sure tons of victims can hear me right now, so this is the most optimal way I can possibly apologize. I'm gonna set a record for most amends made. Aaravi, we've talked about this. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Who are you actually apologizing to, and for what? I don't know. Everyone? Everything? That's the problem. When you apologize, you've got to acknowledge how you wronged a specific person, and pledge to meaningfully change your behavior.
You've made great progress.
Let's try this. Pick one. Just one person or creature who you think deserves an apology from you.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh. Apologize to me for not letting me have a motorcycle. I am not apologizing for that. What would you even do with a motorcycle? Brag about what cool motorcycle I have, obviously? You don't understand me at all. Oh, how about me? Says a wizened voice from up amongst the treetops. You look up to see a kindly old owl perched upon a branch. Oh no, not this guy. He's always showing up out of nowhere and sprouting endless exposition. I always just skip it, but he keeps coming back. That's exactly why you owe me an apology, hoo-hoo, says the owl. Has it ever occurred to you that there might be some important knowledge in that dialogue you always skip? No. Well, allow me to illustrate, hoo-hoo, says the owl. Many thousands of years ago, the 8 sages of these lands made a pact. You see, they once were young heroes like you, and the keepers of the true power. They swore to protect that power since it could destroy reality if it fell into the wrong hands. And what's the true power, you may ask? It is the source of all magic, a mass of never-ending arcane energy capable of ending worlds. Some say it is the true power's unstable energy that broke reality into endless timelines. And yet it is also what keeps them all together, like pieces of different cloth poorly sewn together. What if the true power were to be corrupted? Many theories exist. Let me explain some of them. For instance, the scholars of Mount Revere fear that if mortals were to use the true power, it would lose its inner balance, disrupting all timelines. The followers of the Triple Goddess believe meddling with the true power could break that flimsy connection between timelines, making it impossible to travel through them anymore. Many other theories are simpler, and simply hold the belief that if we were not careful with the true power, all realities would cease to exist. In the depths of the Mer Kingdom, it is said that all of those prophecies are just stories to scare people from trying to control the true power. They take pride in not falling for such trickeries, and are sworn one day harness the true power for themselves. Which theory is right? No one knows. But these heroes of old were legendary for their many feats. Many songs were sung for them back then, even if today few people remember their names. Were they even from the same timeline? The mystery holds even to this day. Because you see, the true power exists throughout all timelines. There isn't a true power for each reality, but just one that permeates all of them. These heroes came up with a plan to stop anyone from accessing the true power. Something was broken. I've heard it was some sort of key to a pocket dimension where the true power has been hidden since that pact was made. But there are whispers about how the broken thing was actually the true power itself. In any case, the 8 heroes divided something amongst themselves, something essential. Each of them turned into a keeper of their fraction. So many whispers, O young adventurer Aaravi. Since then, so many forces have waged war just to get their hands on one of these fractions. Even if there's no consensus of what they are, or where they are. One of the sages was the first of the new witches, followers of the triple goddess. Some say their fraction was divided once again into almost infinite pieces, each one placed in their very core of the soul of each timeline's hope. Oh, so it's part of the Coven's backstory. This will explain why reality seems to be strongly dependent on having its own hope. The day only one hope remains, she will once again become that old fraction, with every hope reunited within herself. Of course, these are all old tales. Countless stories exist to try to explain where each of the fractions are. The Mer Kingdom and Air Kingdom's ancient rivalry could be tied to one of the fractions. A fraction is said to be trapped within the screaming endless nightmare known as Hell. Many argue that the dark side gets its power from one of the fractions as well. But the puzzle gets even more complicated when you remember that this could refer to any Mer Kingdom, any Hell, any dark side. It would be hard to tell from which timeline the fractions would be in, even if the stories are true. When there are entities capable of traveling through timelines, people are prone to think they are holding some sort of resource tied to the true power, maybe a fraction even. I once met a wanderer who told heroic tales about the strange ship they traveled through realities, trying to save as many people as possible. I wish that story were true, because I've also heard about how there's some manner of ever-growing entropy that's devouring entire realities. And to think, I've even heard some sort of kingdom that exists throughout dimensions? That could very well be tied to a fraction, but it's probably nonsense. Why am I even explaining all of this? You see, one of the old tales tells of strange things regarding the legendary lineage of the monster slayers. Today, nobody would suggest that killing monsters is just because it's a good thing by itself. Egads! So why do monster slayers even exist? More stories pile on top of each other. Many explain how monsters may originate from the true power itself. Monsters could have their roots in humans who were corrupted by the fearsome source of energy. But this is all probably just the blabbering of a drunken old people trying to pass the night in taverns, lost in the end of everything. But if that all were true, then the Monster Slayers would be the heirs of one of the 8 original heroes, who wanted to stop monsters as they were the embodiment of this urge to disrupt the true power. You have Slayer blood flowing through your veins. Your lineage may be tied to the location of one of the fractions. You could be the key, Aaravi, or perhaps your brother, Salil. It could be any of the countless versions of you two. Or maybe all of you can access the ancient secrets of the original Monster Slayer. This could not only explain why Slayers have always hunted monsters down, but why many monsters of the most evil type have shown a wild interest in the Slayers. Because they know that inside them lies the key to one of the fractions, responding to their ancient, instinctual urge for the true power. You need to be careful, Aaravi. Many dangers will be an inherent part of your life, as you carry secrets in your blood. Many monsters crave the true power, and you may be the key to part of it. And the biggest of adventures will shape your whole life, to disentangle the maze stories about the true power, to uncover its mysteries, and to achieve its truth. With the truth wielded as your weapon, you'll have a fierce edge over your enemies. You'll need to travel through countless lands, learning everything you can gather about the true power. You must honor your lineage, Aaravi Mishra. In your hands may be the fate not only of this reality, but of all realities. In your hands may be the secret to many secrets, in fact, like the secret of how to correctly eat a hamburger. There are so many dangers out there, like hamburgers. You know how all their contents fall out when you take a bite? Such a flawed design. But the secret lies in your hands, for you can stop the falling of the... There really is no end to this, is there? I'm gonna... No. Okay! I should have ended up reading that last part of it, but okay. Yeah, I got the main important lore stuff.
MVP.
Impressive! Eating burgers has always been one of the hardest challenges I've had to face. And to think, all this time, you were trying to help me with that. Yes, the point of my whole dialogue was a very specific setup to introduce the secret of how to eat hamburgers correctly. I skipped the most important part of the dialogue. If I had started with the burger part, you would have dismissed me as a charlatan talking impossibilities.
Now you're really envisioning success.
See, Aaravi? It's important to give people the space to express themselves. You can also grow by battling your impatience and learning to listen. I've also grown into Aaravi who can eat burgers better now. I like this new Aaravi. You have my congratulations, girl. I rejoice in seeing you are a different person now, Aaravi Mishra. You've grown from an impetuous girl to a wise woman who's capable of listening to this old owl.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, owl! I'm proud of your growth, Aaravi.
Snacks though?
What if we go all together to celebrate this by eating some burgers the right way? That sounds like a plan. Burgers sound dope right now. I'll be most honored to accompany you and offer my help in this, your new and greatest adventure yet. Y'all go to a burger joint. You have a great time and no burger contents are dropped. What an impressive feat! Also, Aaravi seems more chill than ever, truly having a good time. For this is another upside of focusing on change and becoming a better version of yourself, to slowly find peace within yourself. Cheers to Aaravi. Oh, and also they fuck up your order and put +3 charm in your burger instead of mustard. Rad. I skipped the most important part! I really was enjoying that war, though. Like, super.